What's up, guys? Game Fiend, Fiend of all games here, and I'm back with another drama script this Saturday. And I had to record this in a podcast like setting due to circumstances, and I wasn't able to record a drama script this Saturday earlier today. But now that's all said and done with, Double or Nothing was fucking fantastic. For a wrestling company that has no really major advertisement, just just based off of social media promotion and all of that. No really major, well, besides the cons because they own the football team, but other people backing them. They put on a fucking fantastic show. I was thoroughly pleased. It was amazing. October is going to be interesting because as you guys, if you guys don't know, they have a TV deal with TNT. So October, this is going to be interesting. And I haven't been this excited for wrestling as a whole since Scott Hall and Kevin Nash showed up on Nitro. So this is a really big thing. But let me just briefly go over a couple of key things, and I like how they pretty much established a lot within this one show. We know what their world title looks like. We got the main event of all out, which is Hangman Page versus Chris Jericho for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. We know the upper main eventers. They were established, so it seems like it's going to be Jimmy Havoc, Jungle Boy, and it seems the top heel is going to be MJF, who is fucking amazing. His charismatic enigma is over 9,000. His mic skills are through the roof. It's just phenomenal. Like all his jokes and everything, and the way he was able to quickly counteract about how the crowd was feeling was great. Because I remember when they were about to reveal the title, and he came out and he was talking to Hangman Page, and he was like, "Oh, you're just some old down beat up horse," and the crowd went silent. He goes, "Wait, you guys like that he's a horse?" And the crowd was like, "Well, yeah, because then that's the gimmick." And then he just rolled with it, and then he called them Seabiscuit a couple of times after. It's just MJF. I like that guy. That that's a future. That's a future heel, and he's only 23 years old. So I'm definitely looking forward to more MJF in the future. I'm definitely looking forward to more MJF. What also blew my mind away about Double or Nothing is the way it was shot. The camera work was very good for a first show for this company. Camera work was very, very good. I don't want to say flawless because there was some like botches. Like when the title first got revealed, for some reason the title wasn't on Bret Hart right away, so they had to switch to the camera right away. And then there was like a small blackout moment for like 3 seconds with no picture. And I'm not talking about a blackout when, you know, the guys came into the ring during the tag match. I'm talking about like an actual, like, was it supposed to happen blackout. But besides those two things, like, it was an extremely good pay-per-view. I enjoyed the Over the Limit Battle Royale, which Hangman Adam Page won. I enjoyed Cody versus Dustin, even though that turned out to be a bloodbath. I'm still starting to think that maybe Dustin cut himself too deep, because I don't think that they expected that much blood. And I enjoyed the main event, Chris Jericho versus Kenny Omega. And then after the end of that match, Jon Moxley comes out of nowhere and beats the bricks out of both of them. And then that's how you end the pay-per-view. You could already tell the difference from AEW, from WWE. You could tell that there's no script almost. It's all ad-libbed. It's all the wrestlers. There's like little to no control at all about what these wrestlers are saying and how they're interacting with one each other. It feels natural. That's the word I'm looking for. Every time a wrestler spoke, the delivery came off natural. It wasn't someone else's lines. It was their own lines. And that's another thing that AEW gave up, that everything was natural. Everything was either ad-libbed or it just came off natural. Nothing was forced. Like, I wasn't like MJF wasn't forcing to be someone that he didn't create. MJF was being the character that he created. So it's brilliant. Like, this is something that WWE needs to come to grips with. You just need to let the wrestlers be wrestlers and not micromanage every little promo that they do, or else it's just going to get stale and boring. But I'll save that for later, because then I want to go into the Dean Ambrose and Chris Jericho podcast and what Dean had to say about WWE. But back on to Double or Nothing. Yeah, this was just great. The Divas match was good. Britt Baker versus Nyla Rose and Kaylee Ray, and then Awesome Kong with the surprise entrance, making it a fatal 4-way. And then Britt Baker gets the win. Enjoyed that match. Enjoyed the Young Bucks versus the Lucha Brothers. Enjoyed that match too. But this is just like, I'm so excited for the future of this company. Like, I hope it doesn't go bad. Like, I really want this to do good, and they can only really go up from here, because they debuted their main title. Now eventually along the lines they're going to debut their women's title, and then their tag title, and so on and so forth. Maybe they'll have a triple belt title, we don't know. But I'm just excited for AEW. And fun fact, on its first ever, AEW's first ever pay-per-view, this source is coming from Forbes. They got roughly 98,000 pay-per-view buys. So 2,000 short from 100 grand on their first pay-per-view. There was no weekly build to this show. There's no major advertisement besides the Elite YouTube channel, the All Elite YouTube channel, the Cody Rhodes' YouTube channel and their social media accounts, their Instagram and all their personal Twitters. So with no major advertisement, I have not seen an ad for this on TV. So with or anywhere outside of their social medias. So with no major advertising, 2,000 short of 100K buys. That's phenomenal. Their first show, and it's only going to get bigger. Only going to get bigger because when they get the TV, when fall comes in October, and there's a weekly show, obviously every week they're going to promote the next pay-per-view. So it's only going to get bigger. Only going to get bigger. So moving on from the phenomenal Double or Nothing pay-per-view, I want to head off into Raw and what they've done with Brock Lesnar. So we have went from Beast in the Bank to Boombox in the Bank. And this is the funniest thing that they've done with Brock's character in a very, very, very long time. And I actually enjoy it. Because it seems like he's having fun. Like, he has the briefcase, he's playing music, he's dancing. He has his lotto ticket that he can cash in at any time. So it's like he's dancing, and then like the shirt Brock Party is just fits. And it's like, it's spring/summertime. So there's probably cookouts and parties every weekend somewhere in this world in the United States because the weather is good. So it just works. And then him dancing and then teasing both Kofi and Seth with their intro music. It's just great. I enjoy it. But then now it was told that, and then the funny segment with Paul Heyman reading the full Money in the Bank contract and Brock not knowing that he had a year to cash in. That's really not on Brock's fault. If we're going to play along with story here, you can't really blame that on Brock for not knowing, because when has he ever had the Money in the Bank? He's never needed it. So how would you expect someone that's never needed a Money in the Bank briefcase to get a title shot or to win a title to know the rules of having the briefcase? So yeah, he was like, I got a whole year, and then he just started walking out, started dancing to music. But it makes sense. But now WWE has announced officially that Brock will cash in on Seth this upcoming Monday. And I was like, that really sucks, because you had Beast in the Bank. I mean, yeah, you had Beast in the Bank and you turned it to Boombox in the Bank. And now, because Boombox in the Bank still didn't boost your ratings, you just want to hurry up and just give Brock the title. Which at this point, I don't think that would change anything. Because your idea is Brock, if Brock is on the show, it's going to give you ratings. Brock was on the show. There was no NBA Finals game that day. The NBA Finals game was on Friday. And yet, you couldn't produce the high ratings that you needed. So now you're just going to go full all in and just have Brock cash in on Monday. As of now. But we'll see. Maybe that'll change, because, as you know, WWE is famous for changing stuff last minute, or like 2 hours before the show starts, or 30 minutes before the show starts. So we'll see if Brock actually cashes in. I hope not. I hope we get Brock Party for as long as possible. For the whole year probably. Because think of the ideas they could do. Think about if he still has the boombox. Think about SummerSlam. The theme of SummerSlam is the biggest party of the summer. And maybe if it's like another Memorial Day celebration how it had on Raw, he'll just show up with the boombox and start dancing with everybody, or his boombox, his briefcase is the main source of the music. Like, there's just so many things that they could do with this fun version of Brock. It's limitless. And the thing, like, there's no one who could really stop him, because it's fucking Brock Lesnar. Besides the main face, besides Seth and besides maybe Braun Strowman, who's gonna really stop Brock Lesnar from enjoying his boombox? No one, right? So that's just amazing. But I hope they don't really go through with having Brock cash in on Seth this upcoming Monday, because that would really, really, really suck. Moving on to the Chris Jericho and Dean Ambrose podcast, which basically clarifies almost everything that everybody says about Vince McMahon. So he's basically, which seems with almost everyone's frustration, is that there's too much creative control and it's all through Vince. So there was a story that Dean told on this podcast about how he would show up and then to do the promos, and then like a writer would come, give him a script, and it'll be like a bunch of big words and it'll be all confusing. And then he would constantly, time and time again, have to always go to Vince to see if he could change it or see if he could get something fixed or get something taken out. He expressed that one time for a show, it took him 6 hours to get the word pooper scooper removed out of a script, which is beyond me. He also describes as that, you know, it's a $1 billion company, by the way, but it's like, it's a show for 1 million people, but the writers are only writing for one person, and that is to please Vince. So it's like confirmed, like, it's almost like Vince doesn't really care if we like it. He only cares if he likes it. Yeah, let that sink in. It only seems like he only writes it for his pleasure. Doesn't matter if we like it, the fans, the people that, you know, that fuel the machine. It's only if he likes it. Crazy. I know. Borderline insanity, if you think about it. But yeah, Dean Ambrose even said to himself that even if WWE was the last wrestling promotion, he still would have left WWE and he would have created his own wrestling company and hired his own trainers to start planting like good wrestling all over again. That's how bad it's gotten to work at WWE. He said when he got offered his new contract, he didn't even look at it because that's how done he was with the company. And he's also confirmed that for that Shield special, his last official match, he only got paid $500. So, yeah, I guess that's WWE for you in a nutshell. But he's just so happy and motivated to be passionate about wrestling again. And he said that WWE really, really, you know, stripped his passion away, because you had to deal more with fighting with scripted bullshit, it seems, than to actually do your job. Both Chris Jericho and Dean Ambrose both acknowledged on the show that you would think the physical aspect is hard. They go, no, wrestling the matches is easy. It's getting through Vince and what you really want to say, and then the creative freedom. That's the hardest part about WWE. And now I see why that's like people don't want to go to WWE or why people want to leave WWE. So it's like I really can't blame because it really is very little to know very little or zero creative freedom that you have in that company. Everything is super micromanaged down to all the way down to Vince because Vince has final say. So that also, seems why Triple H is always frustrated because Triple H probably has all these great ideas that he wants to do and Vince says no. Which if you was in Triple H shoes would be extremely frustrating. Especially this has been rumors that this has been going on for a while. A long while. So. But yeah. An undrama scripted, well, basically this whole show was undrama scripted. They gave you everything that pretty much wasn't scripted. But I was gonna say Rey Mysterio, I believe, who is the WWE champion? Whoa, we know who the WWE champion is. WWE champion is Seth Rollins and Kofi Kingston. Who is the I think it's vacant still, because Rey Mysterio had to vacate the U.S. title due to a shoulder injury. No, he still has it. Thought he had to vacate it. Unless he's doing the vacation thing this Monday. I thought he had to vacate the title because his shoulder injury is real. But he's still listed as champion here. Yeah, it says it. Rey Mysterio to relinquish the United States champion. It should be vacant. Unless something happened. Or I'm missing something. But, yeah. I enjoy the 24/7 championship. Even though they just should have brought back the hardcore title. Because that's pretty much what it is. It's the hardcore title. It's just not called the hardcore title. So, and R-Truth is, well, he's the longest running 24/7 champion within 5 days. Lost it he got it for a week. Lost it on SmackDown, got it back. So now he's a 2-time 24/7 champion. I think R-Truth is the best person for this title. It fits him because it's a gimmicky title and give it to a funny. Time held 3 days. Well, no, this is his current reign. His current reign is 3 days. I think the reign before that was 5. But yeah, so it fits him. His Instagram was funny. One time he put a hat and sunglasses on the 24/7 championship belt, which I also enjoyed very, very, very much. Like R-Truth fits this belt pretty well. I'm just gonna see whatever funny gimmicky things that they're gonna have them do with the 24/7 title. But yeah. So that's pretty much going to wrap this drama scripted Saturday up. Hopefully you enjoyed this new style. Well, not new. I don't have to do it for this week. Hopefully you enjoyed just my voice and not me. I know I sound a lot clearer. But hopefully you enjoyed it. Thank you guys for listening. And remember, there'll be a drama scripted Saturday every Saturday. If not, I'll keep you posted. And until next Saturday, guys, I'm Game Fiend of all games, and I'm out of here. Later, and peace.